Goodbye My Island by Jean Rogers. Illustrated by Ree Munoz. Chapter 5. School began the next day. Louis and I climbed up the few stairs from our house to the porch built in front of the schoolhouse, even before the bell rang. Dixon was there, waiting to pull the rope that rang the bell. He said Louis could help him. I went on in to see if I could help Etta and Marie. If Mary had been there, we would have stayed on the porch to talk a while and watch all the others come. Or maybe we would have played ball. The ball bounces well on the porch of the schoolhouse, and we never let it get away from us. Well, not often anyway. "Oh, good," Marie said when she saw me. "You can lend us a hand here, Esther. Etta and I are getting a corner ready for the littles." Roger came out of the storeroom with two of the smallest desks for them. "We'll have 2 new pupils this year," Marie said. "Ugo and Vivian's older girl, Rose, is coming to school, and Peter, George's smallest boy. How nice that we will have a new boy and girl." There was a surprise for us when the bell rang. Tilly came in with the others. "I decided to come after all," she said. "If this is going to be the last year, I thought maybe I had better learn all I can." She laughed. I was glad she had come. Now I would not be alone with the big boys, Nat and Paul. On the days when they went hunting, I would have someone to share lessons with, and knitting and sewing. First, we talked about what we had done in Nome all summer. Then Roger and Marie told us about their visits home to the state of Wisconsin. "We went to school, too, for 6 weeks," Roger told us. That made us laugh. Roger and Marie knew so much, how could they have learned anything more? Then we visited our families. "We had a good time this summer, but we're glad to be back," Roger said. Then Dixon told us about himself. "I'm 11 years old," he said. "This is the first time I have ever been out of the state of Wisconsin, and I sure have come a long way. I'm used to cold weather and ice and snow, but Uncle Roger tells me I have never seen a winter like the winters you have on King Island. I am looking forward to being frozen in and having night all day long and sliding down your steep slopes and learning to catch fish and crab through the ice and going hunting and everything." That Dixon was some talker. He wasn't shy like I was when I first came to school. Even now it is so hard for me to stand up and speak in front of everyone. It is hard to find the right words. Marie said anyone who wanted to could stay a while after school and start our knitting projects. "We'll get a good early start," she said. "You can get lots of mittens and socks done for Christmas presents. Everything can have a nice red trim this year. I've brought a big box of red yarn." Many of us stayed, both girls and boys. We all like to knit. Marie made tea for us. While we were drinking it, Marie said to me, "Esther, I'm going to give you a special job this year. Every week you can write in the school log for us about the most important things that have happened on King Island during that week. You can be our reporter, Esther. We want to make this last year as important as we can in every way." "Oh," I gasped. "I don't write well. I couldn't—" "Oh, yes, you can." Marie smiled at me. "You're one of our best writers, and I'll help you anyway. You can write it out on a piece of scratch paper first, and I will help you correct it. Then you can copy it in the logbook." "You can do it, Esther. We'll do it every Friday afternoon." I was scared, but I was proud. My words, my very own writing to go in the big logbook. At first I thought it would be very hard to know what to put down, but when Friday came, there seemed to be so much to write about that I would not be able to tell it all. Here's what I wrote. "We are all happy to be back on our island. When we finished unloading, Father Tomas held a service and the teachers gave a party. We have a new boy in our school this year, Dixon. Tilly came back too. There are 13 pupils. Rose and Peter are the smallest, and Nat and Paul are the big ones. Dixon likes it here very much." Marie spelled some words for me, and I copied them in the log. Roger said it was a good idea, and he was glad I was doing it. He wrote at the end, "By Esther Atulik, King Island, September 27th, 1963. Friday, October 4th. Storms come every day now. There is much snow, but it is not too cold except in the wind. No hunting, and the ice is not strong enough yet for fishing. October 11. The weather has been bad and much knitting has been done. One day we showed Dixon the string games. Siluk came that day to show new string games to us. He knows many, most of anybody. October 18. The whole school went out to watch the stopping of the biggest dog fight. All the men came running, and the boys helped, too, to pull the dogs apart. Dogs fight very often, but this was one big fight. It was the biggest happening of this week at our school on our island. October 25th. No school for 3 days. A big rainstorm washed away all the snow. Big rocks slid down and hit the school at one end. Teacher Roger and Adson and Charlie had a job making the corner stand up again so that no water came in. Lucky no windows were broken, Adson said. November 1. Dixon and Teacher Marie gave a Halloween party in school, just like in Wisconsin, Dixon said. They showed us how to make masks of orange paper, big jack-o'-lantern faces to hide behind, cookies for all. We laughed a lot.